stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go! The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
No. 58. Right now, you got 58.
I got one. Switch.
They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. Tackle made there by Zach Brown. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Jones. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Let's go.
At their own 16-yard line.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 16. Now a 2-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Strong right.
To throw, it's Wentz. Over the middle, complete to Arcega-Whiteside. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
26 yards. 1st down, Philadelphia.
Here we go. 180.
Check, 42's the mark. I got it.
This complete left side to Aguilar. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And down to the 27-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Again, it's Wentz. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Alshon Jeffrey, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good.
Here we go. The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
On first down, Rodgers setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And he finds his tight end, Graham. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Scan 300. Scan 300.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
It's a gain of 18. That's another Packers first down.
The first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. They've got it first and goal at the 7. Now Jones. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Aaron Rodgers with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Crosby with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
At the 25-yard line.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On second down, here's Wentz. Ertz over the middle. These two teams all tied after one. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. From midfield, here's Wentz. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Give the sack to Blake Martinez. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now, a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
The Packers take over.
Let's go, boys.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down.
Check 4. 80 weapons. Hey, 88.
Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down. Here's Rodgers to throw. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. Try to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards, 1st down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. It worked very well there for a 1st down.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man complete. A big play there. Rodgers Rodgers to Adams, 48 yards.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. And credit the tackle to Derek Barnett. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Rodgers to throw on second down. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's hit on his first 9 passes now in the ball game.
Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
Yeah, this.
Watch the whip.
Over.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
That's it. That's it.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
23-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
54. Exit. Right there.
Rodgers going to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. This one taken from the 7. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 24-yard line.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Here we go.
Me and you all day. I'm coming.
Now Wentz. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. Wentz now to throw. He's going to rifle one and got his man complete. A gain of 37. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Blake Martinez, the NFC's leading tackler a year ago, in on the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Montravius Adams able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. And he's going to go down again. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Now their last 2 drives both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap, allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
A big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
You're not ready. You're not ready.
Here's Rodgers to throw again. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gray. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Right there, 54, right there.
Throwing now is Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Sack, baby. Sack.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Here's J.K. Scott now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
At the 50-yard line.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get to field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because...
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Philadelphia. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. As the first half is winding down, and the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Elliott good with a PAT, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. 13 seconds, the time remaining in the half as they come up on first down.
Rip left. 36. Over here. Slant.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Watch a slant.
Again, it's Howard. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Wentz going to throw. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now Jones, and he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers, and they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. On 1st down, Jones Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's brought down. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
On the sneak, Rodgers. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in, and they catch him here.
He hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his second touchdown on the season. And the Packers have moved out in front. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They go with Howard again. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Elliott good on the extra point, and we are tied at 21. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And he spins free. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
25-yard line.
319. Right now. You got 58. Here, Mike. Put a 50.
Check the
Bravo.
Check 13.
Rodgers now on first down. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now it's Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle.
Check 24. Check 24.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Fletcher Cox, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Come on, fellas. Take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. On the handoff, this is Howard. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
He's a little too aggressive there from his Mike linebacker spot.
Sometimes you jump into gaps trying to draw them off sides. This time he tricked himself.
So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, deep. Man up, deep.
Kill.
Shotgun now for Wentz. This complete left side to Aguilar. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
Running with Howard. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jordan Howard, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have moved out in front. Elliott good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
They go play action here on first down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Working from the gun, Rodgers to Valdez-Scantling over the middle. And he's able to get up here to the 26. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 2.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Watch the curve.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now Rodgers. And able to find Graham, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another first down as well. Aaron Rodgers, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks last year. That's the most he's had in one season in his entire career, and he's going to need another one right now. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Anderson Dejo. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. So after the INT, here's Wentz. Ertz has it left side. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run from the pistol with Howard. And down inside the 15 he goes. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting down.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. A give to Howard. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Throwing now is Wentz. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Darnell Savage, the rookie from Maryland. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver.
At their own 20-yard line.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at the 20.
Focus, defense, focus.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Hey, box drop.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So right back to square one. Tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This will be fielded at the 6. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there. That was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
Wentz. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's going to get this down inside of Green Bay's 15-yard line. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. The previous play, big on the ground. That one big through the air. Things have jumped up quickly.
It certainly appears that whatever their thought process is on the defensive side of the ball, they're one play behind. You know, loaded up for the pass, they hit them with the run. Load up for the run, they hit them with the pass. They've got to get in sync.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's third down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Hey, stand. Hand 5-7. Go full strength.
Now Wentz on third down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Fletcher Cox make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Here's Rodgers to throw. And it's incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And it's third down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Here's Rodgers throwing on third and long. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 42.
Check three.
87.
That's caught left side, Arcega-Whiteside. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Now Howard. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. To throw is Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st down, they run with Howard. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. The Eagles on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7. To throw, it's Wentz. And the throw there going to be incomplete. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big 1st down.
All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
We 19.
54. It's a party now. It's a party now.
Jump out. We didn't do it. We can get it.
Rodgers to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Fletcher Cox in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. He's back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
42. Let's go, defense. Our time.
The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 44-yard.
So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, You get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for the Eagles, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL.